Okay. So yesterday we learned about Rivka that have an idea that Yaakov should receive the blessings from his father, even Yaakov is the second and not the first. And in order to do it, Rivka had a plan. But before it, Yitzhak said to Esav to bring something to eat, and then Yitzhak will say blessings to Esav, his firstborn, and then Rivka reacted, counteraction, to organize that Yaakov will do similar or the same and receive the blessing. And Yaakov was saying to Rivka that it is a risk because I'm not like Esav. Esav have a lot of hair. So this is why Rivka said you should wear clothes of Esav. And then the father should not pay attention to the difference. And Yaakov did it, but Yitzhak have some doubts. And in the end, Yitzhak says, Yadayim de Esav, Akol kol Yaakov v'Yadayim de Esav. So the main, because Yitzhak doesn't saw good, he was old, so he's saying, sounds like Yaakov, because he's talking with words, and it sounds like Yaakov v'Yadayim de Esav, but the hands of Esav. So the question, what to prefer, the sound or what you feel with your fingers? So because Yitzhak didn't saw good, so he doesn't trust his eyes, trusted. So it's a little strange why he chose to give a blessing, right? This is what I'm thinking. So the Torah says that Yitzhak doesn't recognize that it is Yaakov because his arms was like arms of Esav. 27, 24. It's a little strange why Yaakov decided, Yitzhak decided to give blessings, even that the sound was like Yaakov. And Yitzhak wanted to give blessings to Esav. So it's strange, right? Why he decided that it's more important the hands and not the voice.
And then we have also another information in the earlier chapter when he sold him the soup. And I heard that the language, how...
Which pasuk about the soup?
Kafei?
Kavhei. So after Yitzhak decided that it is Esav, he asks to bring the food, and then he will say the blessing.
And Esav is talking with him in a very primitive way, like give soup. Like give soup.
It's interesting what means galite, but it's.
No, I just wanted not maybe what the way he's saying it. He I was just told because I can't read it that he's talking like he's very very primitive.
No. He said na. So, na, it's the form when you ask, so it's beautiful form to ask, like please. Saying haliteni na, min ha'adom azeh. So you hear the language. He's saying 2 times. So if he's saying 2 times, it means the person is in hurry or maybe nervous about something. So it's understandable because he came hungry and tired.
What is the question? Is he tired or is it his?
Torah says ayev. So ayev, today language is more tired, but in Torah language, ayev is hungry. How they translate here? Exhausted.
Exhausted, yeah.
Exhausted. Oh.
No, I was just thinking. So
maybe in style of talking can define it is Yaakov or Esav.
Exactly.
Mm.
So if it was his normal way to speak, his normal way of speech, why Jacob wasn't trying to imitate it.
Yeah, but on the other hand, it's about initiative. So there, Esav have initiative and he talks first. But here, the Yitzhak have initiative, so son replies. So it cannot be the same style if you request something. So Yitzhak requested, so you just need to say, here I am, I did what you asked. So it's hard to differ based on the style. But we can compare the style also. We will learn now about Esav talking.
Well, but I think you're right, because then later also Esaf is talking and he said, like, bless me also, my father.
Yeah, so it's very neutral language.
Yeah.
It's hard to say the difference. Akol kol Yaakov. Oh.
Or you have to say now if he's talking with his father, if it sounds like also primitive.
Okay, so let's see what Esav talks. So we raised this question that it's not clear why Yitzhak decided to give blessing, even that he have doubts. Maybe he was in hurry. I don't know. He was afraid to die. So
and we reading that Yitzhak was his favorite son, and Esau was his favorite son, and not Yaakov. So this is also.
So because his hands was like Esav, so he felt that it is his son and gave blessing. Okay. So we read yesterday the blessing that he gave to Yaakov when he was thinking that it is Esav, and then, so let's start from Lamed. Today, from 30. ויהי כאשר כילה יצחק לברך את יעקב, when Yitzhak finished to give blessing to Yaakov, immediately came Esav. ויעש גם הוא מטעמים ויבא לאביו, Esav brought food, dishes, ויאמר לאביו, and Esav starts talking, יקום אבי, come my stand up, my father, ויאכל and eat, מצד בנו, from what I brought, what I catched, בעבור תברכני נפשך, in order that you will give blessing to me. ויאמר לו יצחק אביו, מי אתה? So Yitzhak asks, who are you? ויאמר אני בנך בכורך עשיו. And Esav answers, I'm your firstborn son Esav. And then Yitzhak is afraid. ויחרד יצחק חרדה גדולה עד מאוד, ויאמר, מי איפה הוא הצד ציד ויבא לי ואוכל מכל בטרם תבוא ואברכהו? So if you, my firstborn Esav, then who was before you that brought dishes and I ate and give him blessings? Question. גם ברוך יהיה. But then Yitzhak answers, he will also be blessed. So Yitzhak doesn't regret giving blessing to Yaakov. But here we pause to see the reaction of Esav. כשמוע Esav את דברי אביו, ל"ד, ויצעק צעקה גדולה ומרה עד מאוד. Like in classic movies, he's yelling, no! צעקה גדולה. So that when Esav heard this, he screams very loud and very bitter. ויאמר לאביו, ברכני גם אני אבי. And Esav asks his father, give me blessing also for me, my father. ויאמר בא אחיך במרמה, ויקח ברכתך. So now Yitzhak explains or realized what happened and says to Esav, your brother came במרמה. Mirma is when you try to make false impression on other person. It's called mirma. How we translate it? Deceit. Vayikach birchatecha. And so your brother take your blessing by pretending it was you. ויאמר אחי קרא שמו יעקב, ויקרני זה פעמיים. So now Esav says the Rasha. So this is why his name is Yaakov, because he Yakveni. He tried to supplant it, to catch me 2 times. Et Bechorati lakach. So first time he took my firstborn, והנה אתה לקח ברכתי. And now, second time, he took also my blessing. ויאמר הלא עצרת לי ברכה, Oh, so now Esav asks his father, you have also bracha for me. Mayan Yitzhak. Oh, so now this is the second bracha for Yitzhak. The first was to Yaakov when Yitzhak was thinking that he is Esav, and now Yitzhak knows that he already gave bracha to Yaakov, so it's harder to make bracha once again if you already did bracha. So I suggest, I expect that second will be not as good as the first. We see already that it's much shorter. The first bracha was 3 psukim, and the second bracha is 1 pasuk. So what Yitzhak says, "Hen gvir samtiv lach ואת כל אחיו נתתי לו לעבדים, ודגן ותירוש שמחתיו, ולך איפה מה אעשה בני?" It's not bracha. So Yitzhak explains to Esav that he already gave bracha, so what can we do now for Esav?
Does the original text say brother or brothers?
Okay, let's translate. So Yitzhak says to Esav, "Hen gvir samtiv lach." Oh, so I made Yaakov master for you, your master, ואת כל אחיו, and all his brothers, נתתי לו, I gave him לעבדים, to servants. So all the brothers of Yaakov will serve Yaakov, which is Esav. ודגן ותירוש שמחתיו, and I gave him the blessings also for grain and tirosh. It's olives or wine, I don't remember. שמחתיv, I gave him wine. ולך איפה? And for you, מה אעשה? What I can do, my son? So I cannot do nothing because I already gave bracha for Yaakov. So which bracha I gave? That the brothers will serve him and he will have food. So what can you want more? The power and resources, right? ויאמר עשיו אל אביו, הברכה אחת היא לך אבי, וכן גם אני אבי. וישא אל עשיו קולו ויך. So Esav repeats his requests, more intense now. So is it that you have only one bracha? So you should also give me bracha. And then Esav starts to crying loud. So now Yitzhak tries to improvise new bracha.
But why is it saying brothers?
Yes, it's also my question because we have only two brothers.
Okay.
So it should be.
Okay, then we go on.
It's a good question. I don't know. ויען יצחק אביו ויאמר אליו.
No, he's giving.
It was similar story about Abraham. You remember about Keturah? That we have names of sons of Abraham, but not, as far as I remember, it's not all the names because it was written that after that Abraham also have daughters, something like this. So most likely Yitzhak have only two sons, but this pasuk makes us think that maybe there is some additional sons that we don't know about. I don't know. It's interesting. Bless me too. Okay, so let's see what Yitzhak replying to Esav requesting bracha for the second time and crying. So this is what I thought. Yes, we talked about the food and the power, but we didn't talk about the land, right? So the food is consequence of the land, but Yitzhak can talk now about the land for Esav, right? So this is what he talks. Mishmanei haaretz yemusharecha. So you will live where the land is fat, the fat of the land. Umital hashamayim me'al. You're familiar with this music, The Fat of the Land?
Huh?
So it's a classic album by the Prodigy, Breakbeat from United Kingdom, 97 year, very classic work. Metal hashamayim me'al. And also, where you will be present, there will be tal hashamayim, which means rain. ועל חרבך תחיה. Second pasuk, and the last for bracha, you will live on your sword. So it's about the power, right? You will have the sword, the power, and it will give you the means, resources you need for living. ואת אחיך תעבוד. Oh, so now it goes down. But you will serve your brother. והיה כאשר תרית, ופרקתו עולו מעל צוואריך. It's not clear. And when you will go down, then you will remove his all. Burden מעל צוואריך, from your shoulders. Yes, but in modern Hebrew, tzavar it's neck, but in Bible, in Torah we see a lot of times tzavarim, it's plural, so it should be shoulders in the language of Torah, tzavar, because where you put your burden, put your backpack on your shoulders, right? Not on your neck. Because shoulders much stronger than the neck.
The German word is just in singular, Joch.
Joch. But where you put your
Halse.
What is Halse? Okay, it's just the technology how you carry weight. So it's interesting. On one hand, Yitzhak gives blessing, but on the other hand, he adds this remark that the first blessing is indeed exists, and you cannot cancel it, right? So the first blessing was that Esav will serve Yaakov, and it remains. And here Yitzhak says, for Esav, you will serve your brother. And it was indeed the prophecy that Rivka received. Rav Yavot Sair. So Esav is Rav, a bigger brother. It's not a big difference, but technically it's bigger. And Sair, this is Yaakov. So Esav will serve Yaakov. Oh, interesting. ויסתום עשיו את יעקב על הברכה אשר ברכו אביו. And now this is the beginning of hate of Esav towards Yaakov, but this hate is not realized, it's just the plan for revenge because of this blessing that Yitzhak blessed Yaakov. ויאמר עשיו בליבו, and Esav thought for himself, יקראו ימי אבל אבי והרגה את יעקב אחי. Esav thought, when my father will die, I will kill my brother Yaakov. So he didn't want to kill Yaakov immediately because it will be very hard for his father, and they had good relationships between father and son, Esav and Yitzhak. But after Yitzhak would leave this world, Esav have planned to kill Yaakov. So it's very not good at end of the story. ויוגד לרבקה את דברי עשיו, בנה הגדול, ותשלח, ותקרא ליעקב בנה הקטן, ותאמר אליו, הנה עשיו אחיך מתנחם לך להורגך. So as we remember, it was the idea of Rivka to receive this blessing to Yaakov. So now Rivka needs to to have responsibility for her decision, right? So after Rivka heard about this story, that Esav wants to kill Yaakov, so Rivka understands that she needs to save Yaakov from Esav. So what she can do, she says, so first of all, Yaakov doesn't know about it, right? Yaakov doesn't know that Esav wants to kill him. But Rivka knows, and because of this, Rivka needs to say it first to Yaakov. And Rivka says, הנה עשיו אחיך מתנחם לך להורגך, Esav, your brother, מתנחם, changed his mind and wants to kill you. Because initially, when Esav sold his firstborn, so it shows his intention that he's ready to give this up, right? But after we see the story that Yitzhak doesn't know about it, So Yitzhak is not ready to give this up, right? Yitzhak wants to give a blessing for Esav, not for Yaakov. ואתה בני שמע בקולי. So Rivka have a plan. וקום ברח לך, you should run away. אל לבן אחי חרן. Rivka have a brother, Lavan. Interesting. So the brother of Rivka should save Yaakov from the revenge of his brother Esav. Interesting story. וישבת עמו ימים אחדים. You should live there some time. עד אשר תשוב חמת אחיך. So now your brother is angry, but he will calm down, and then תשוב אף אחיך ממך, and then when he will calm down, ושכח, Esav will forget את אשר עשית לו, what you did to him, but it was Rivka idea. ושלחתי ולקחתיך משם. Then I will send the messenger and I will give you from there. למה אשקל גם שניכם יום אחד? And why we need to do it? Because if we will not do it, then why should I lose both of you, my sons, in one day? So I guess the Rivka was afraid that they will fight, and this fight will cause both of them dying, and not only Esav killing Yaakov, which is worse. ותאמר רבקה אל יצחק, קצתי בחיי מפני בנות חטא. So this was the finish of Rivka talking to Yaakov, and now Rivka starts to talk to Yitzhak. Maybe it's the second chapter of the plan. Let's see. קצתי בחיי מפני בנות חטא. אם לוקח, so now Rivka wants to understand to Yitzhak why Yaakov should live, right? And Rivka doesn't want to say to Yitzhak that Esav wants to kill Yaakov, and this is the reason why Yaakov needs to live. And Rivka says more beautiful reason why Yaakov needs to live, and it has to do with the wife. So Esav have wife from this nation Het, Hitti, and we read before this story that the parents of Esav didn't like these wives. So this is what Rivka remembers now. קצתי בחיי. I don't like my life because of this woman of Het. It means the wives of Esav. אם לוקח יעקב אישה מחטא כאלה בנות יעקב, למה לי חיים? I guess this is the same question that Rivka already asked when she was pregnant, right? למה זה אנוכי, she asked previous time. Why I, without a verb, and here more clear, למה לי חיים. So if Yaakov also will take wives from this nation of Het, then Rivka says, למה לי חיים. Why should I have life? So it means that her life will be even worse. I don't know why. So previous time Torah doesn't explain why it was bad for the fathers of Esav to see that Esav had these wives from Het, and here also Torah doesn't explain why it's bad if Yaakov will have this type of wives also. And what type of wives? It's not clear. Maybe Rashi will explain. So of course Rashi will say it's about Avodah Zarah, I guess, right? Rashi, מורת רוח שהיו עובדות עבודה זרה. So because they were serving idols. No. Okay. ויקרא יצחק אל יעקב ויברך אותו. So now Yitzhak accepts that he needs to send Yaakov to other place to find wives not from Het, but some other wives. Which exactly? I don't know. Let's see. ויצווה ויאמר לו, לא תיקח אישה מבנות כנען. But when we was looking for the wife for Yitzhak, it was from Canaan, right? I remember Abraham saying to his servant Eliezer that you should find a wife, but not you should not go to the place where I came from, Aram Naharaim. You should not go there. You should go to Canaan. Let's see. It's interesting to check if he's doing the opposite. לא תיקח אישה לבנים בנות הכנעני אשר אנוכי יושב בארצו. So it was important for Abraham that the wife of Yitzhak should not be from Canaan. אם לא אל בית אבי תלך משפטי ולקחת אישה אל לבני. Not from Canaan, not from Canaan, but from original of Abraham, Aram. Okay, so he repeats, yes, it comes with the line. So Yitzhak repeats the same, like his father insisted that Yitzhak should not take wife from Canaan, so the same Yitzhak insisted to Yaakov that Yitzhak should not take a wife from Canaan. קום לך פדנה ארם ביתה בתואל אבי אמך, וקח לך משם אישה מבנות לבן אחי אמך. So Yitzhak says you need to go to Padan Aram, to the family of Betuel, Avi Imecha, your grandfather, and there you can take your wife from the daughters of Lavan. So Rivka is the daughter of Lavan, Ahi Imecha, the brother of your mother. ואל שדי יברך אותך ויברכך וירבך והיית רגל ימים. So it's interesting because Yaakov needs to leave. It's the reason to receive blessing. So Yaakov receives second blessing from his father. I don't know what was the intention of his father, but it looks like that intention was to give blessing only to Esau and not to Yaakov, right? But in practice, we see that Yaakov receives two blessings. First, not fair, and this one is already justified blessing, right?
But for me, the blessing is very harsh. If you have two beloved sons and you give one blessing, what he's saying, like to enslave, to put one brother above the other, it's for me very harsh as a father if you have two sons.
Okay. So let's check the first blessing. הן גביר שמתי לך ואת כל אחיו ונתתי לו. So it's the repetition, and the first was יעבדו חמים ישתחוו לו חלמים וגביר לאחיך.
And even more because Yitzhak is coming from, has the same situation with his own brother Ishmael. You know, he also has not a good relationship with him.
But it started from the mothers. So Sarah didn't like Agar 2 times and sends her away. And Sarah didn't like Ishmael because he's the son of Agar. So it's not conflict between brothers, it's conflict between mothers more, as far as I understand. So Sarah didn't like...
but at the end, he has a not good relationship with his brother at the end. He's not living with him together. He's seeing
I didn't check. I don't remember.
As a Rasha. Oh?
Where you read it? I don't remember.
Well, this is my
Ishmael and Yitzhak, you say, right?
Yeah, it's my assumption that we're not thinking good about.
We in the world,
and it's not. Isn't the reason one of the reasons Sarah didn't want that the fortune of Abraham is going to Ishmael, and wasn't the other part that Ishmael wasn't a good influence to Yitzhak?
Why Sarah sent away Agar 2 times? We need to check. So the first time it's called Tekal. Initially, Sarah was the wife of Abraham, the only wife, right? But Sarah doesn't have kids, and this is the reason why Sarah have this idea that she needs to give her servant to Abraham, and then Abraham will have a child from the servant. So it was idea of Sarah, right? But then the relationship changed because Agar now conceived and have a baby inside, and so Sarah, so hierarchy, it changed the hierarchy, and if I remember correctly, so Sarah didn't like this change of hierarchy. I remember. Sarah, and Sarah starts to treat Agar not good. La'anot, it's when you make someone suffer. This is the reason why Agar needs to run away from the house. and she was pregnant at the time, right? So this is the first time. And then God comes to Agar and saying, you will be fine, and your son will be strong, etc., right? So you need to come back. So Sarah have emotions now, but it will be good at the end. You should come back. So this is the first time, and at the second time, it was already after Brit Milah. So after Brit Milah for Yitzhak, so Yitzhak stopped this breastfeeding, and they made a celebration, and everyone was happy about Yitzhak. Everyone was laughing. It's good. It fits this name, Yitzhak. But also Ishmael was also celebrating, and Sarah didn't like it. That Ishmael is also celebrating. And then Sarah says to Abraham, you should send away this servant and her son from my house. So it's maybe not exact quote, this is the idea. And Abraham was very upset because Ishmael is his son. And but God says to Abraham, you need to do what Sarah told you. You should not worry, right? And then Agar went to desert. Abraham, I'm saying by heart now. I didn't found it. And then
I think the sentence what is this one, that Sarah saw the son of,
this is
Hagar,
what I recited.
and he's saying, and he's doing, and he's this, it is explaining that he's doing something.
Metzachek?
Yeah, and this can be a hint that they did something. What? Yeah.
Let's see. Here.
It's Kaf Aleph in Pasuk
Tet.
Tet.
ותרא שרה את בן הגר המצרי ששלדה לאברהם מצחק. So Metzachek sounds like Yitzhak. So we already know this word Yitzhak. Exactly. It was this when angels came and said to Abraham, you will have child. So everyone was laughing. Sarah was laughing, didn't believe. Abraham also maybe. So this is the word to laugh, Metzachek. So also it was celebration and everyone was in a good mood, right? Metzachek. It's the simple understanding. But of course, Rashi understood Metzachek like something very negative, because in the eyes of Sarah it was negative. Rashi says, Lashon Avodah Zara. שנאמר ויקומו לצחק. So Rashi quotes from other story of golden calf that לצחק means to celebrate, right? So it was celebration surround this golden calf. So לצחק means to celebrate, right? But it's not proof that it's עבודה זרה. לשון רציחה. יקומו נא הנערים וישחקו לפנינו. So Rashi quotes from Shmuel. I don't remember the story. Rashi wants to prove that it's about killing. לשון גילוי עריות. So לצחק is when you have a sexual relationship.
That's what they're saying.
היה מריב עם יצחק על ירושה ואומר, אני בכור, it's מדרש, אני בכור ונוטל פי שניים ויוצאים לשדה ונוטל קשתו ויורה בו חיצים, כמה דעת אמר, very, it's harsh, right? So Rashi says that Ishmael was arguing with Yitzhak about the financial questions, Yerusha. So when Abraham will die, who will receive more? So Ishmael was saying that I am the firstborn, and this is why I need to receive more, which is correct. ויוצאים לשדה, and then they went to the field, ונוטל קשתו, and then Ishmael take his bow, I don't remember it, ויורה בו חיצים, and shooting arrows to Yitzhak, towards the direction of Yitzhak. כמה דעת אמר, כי מתלעלע יורה זיקים וגומר ואמר הלא מצחק. So basically Rashi makes this reverse. So in the text we see that Sarah is strong, and Yitzhak and Abraham, and Agar is weak, and Ishmael is weak. But Rashi turns this up. Rashi says that Ishmael was stronger than Yitzhak, and he was abusing it, and this is the reason why Sarah sent him away.
But I think Rashi is right, because we can, how we can interpret the words of the Torah is what we can read, and maybe also what we cannot, what we don't read. And if you read this, that this happens in the childhood. Okay.
What happens?
This abuse. And
But
maybe
in the Torah there is no
yeah,
abuse.
exactly. There's a positive word. But then the later question is, if Yitzhak is grown up and an adult, why he wasn't looking for his brother if they had a fun time?
Which question are you asking?
So okay, this what happened in their childhood. Okay.
Yeah, so I guess
Exactly.
we can say 3 years old.
Exactly. And the
So
word
Ishmael was 13 or 16 and Yitzhak was 3.
Okay. And the word is like that they had fun. So, and the question is
Because it was celebration, like
exactly
birthday party.
And then because of the reason of Sarah, they separated. Okay.
Sarah saying you should send away this.
And then later, as Yitzhak also grow up as an adult, like with 20 years.
Sarah explains herself, because the son of this slave will not take heritage with my son, with Yitzhak.
Yeah, but why Yitzhak wasn't looking in his adulthood?
So you now coming back to Yitzhak.
Okay. Exactly. So now, okay, this happened in the childhood and they had fun. Okay, and because of the mothers, as you said, they were separated.
Okay, good.
And then Yitzhak, as he became an adult, why he wasn't looking for his brother Ishmael and remembering the fun time they had together.
So you're asking now about the relations between Yitzhak and Ishmael. So this is the reason, because Sarah sent away Hagar, so they started to live in a different place. So this is the reason they moved to other cities, so they're not connected.
But Yitzhak, as an adult, he could walk there and find his brother.
Interesting.
And be with him together. But if Rashi is correct, and this was a kind of abuse, this is the reason
why he wasn't. By the way, when
why he wasn't
Abraham died, so Yitzhak and Ishmael they was together, right? And they together with this Merat Mechpelah.
And Sarah was also dead because she died after the Akedah.
I'm just reading about Yitzhak and Ishmael. I don't know where it was Sarah. I need to calculate. Well, and then Torah talks about Ishmael, the story of Ishmael. So after this, it's very short story of Ishmael, because Ishmael dies. ואלה שני חיי ישמעאל מעט שנה at the age of 137. וישכנו, and the sons of Ishmael near Egypt, they went, they lived. על פני כל אחיו נפל.
My point is just that I think Yitzhak hasn't a very good relationship with his brother. For what reason?
I'm saying he didn't have a relationship with him.
Huh?
He didn't have a relationship with his brother at all.
Exactly. And his blessing, what he gave to his sons, was like the beginning to doing this again with his sons, to separate him. Okay, this is the whole point I wanted to make.
About it.
Okay. And
the intention is just the firstborn. So the firstborn have some, I don't know, religious ritual values. So this is why you should give blessing to firstborn.
Exactly.
The question, does Yaakov wanted to also to give bracha to Yitzhak to Yaakov or not? I don't know. Maybe lesser bracha to Yaakov, or no bracha, I don't know.
Yes. That was just my thought about this.
Parallel. So you see parallel how Yitzhak and Ishmael related and how Yaakov and Esav. So you see that Yaakov and Esav is very bad.
Yeah.
And Yitzhak and Ishmael, they just was living in different countries, and this is why they didn't have a relationship. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, we need to end soon. Let's finish the story.
Oh, yes.
Maybe we will have time to finish the story. So now, Rivka explains to Yaakov why. To Yitzhak, I'm confused every time. Rivka explains to Yitzhak why Yaakov should leave and go to other place, because in order not to take wife from the daughters of Canaan. Okay. So now Yitzhak gives blessing to Yaakov that God will bless you and you will be multiplied and you should receive the blessing of Abraham and your sons after you, and you will have the land where you scattering around that God gave to Abraham. So basically, we see that at this point, Yitzhak gives a very serious blessing of Abraham to Yaakov, which represents the continuation of the story when Esav sells firstborn to Yaakov. So it's not clear the position of Yitzhak, it's a contradiction. וישלח יצחק את יעקב וילך פדן ארם. אל לבן בן בתואל הארמי, אחי רבקה, אם יעקב ועשיו. So Yitzhak sending Yaakov to Padan Aram, to Lavan, the son of Betuel, Aramaic person, the brother of Rivka, which is the mother of Yaakov and Esav. וירא עשיו כי ברך יצחק את יעקב, ושלח אותו פדן ארם לקחת לו משם אישה ברכו אותו, ויצב עליו לאמור לתיקח אישה מבנות כנען, וישמע יעקב. So Esav noticed it that Yitzhak gave blessing to Yaakov and sent him to Padan Aram in order to take the wife from there, בברכו אותו. And Yitzhak give the blessing because Yaakov is living. ויצב עליו לאמור, and Yaakov said, you should not take wives from the daughters of Canaan. So Esav see it as escalation of conflict, as far as I understand. וישמע יעקב אל אביו ואל אמו, וילך פדן ארם. So Yaakov listened to his father and to his mother and went to Padan Aram. וירא עשיו כי רעות בנות כנען בעיני יצחק אביו, וילך עשיו אל ישמעאל ויקח. So because of this story, Esav paid attention that indeed Yitzhak didn't like this type of woman, which is Bnot Knan, and therefore Yitzhak went to Ishmael. I guess the name. This is the name of the nation, not the name of the person. Vayikach, and then Esav takes the daughter of Ishmael called Mahalat al Nashav, in additional to his wives Lolisha. So he have now 3 wives. Interesting. So it's very unclear ending of this parasha.
And what's with the brothers? There's the Rambam, what is he's saying here, but at the end he's saying something like you, that it maybe refer also to Yitzhak and Ishmael and their children, that they compare like the line.
The lion or lion?
The line, like the of the. Or for example, with Keturah, but it's more metaphoric than pshat.
So we finished Parashat Toldot, but it's not clear the ending here because